especially if it's like outside the network. Like I know Chris is part of the Z network, but just but we're live, people. We're here. As you guys can see, Caucasian Chris, Puerto Rican Chris's brother. He's not here with us tonight. He's alive, guys. He's alive and well. He just had to take care of some stuff.
I miss him.
He may be popping in later. So yeah, we'll get to that. But this is what we're reviewing tonight. Tom fucking Green and fucking Nicolas Cage movies.
Off the hate wheel.
Off of the hate wheel, yes. Fresh off the fucking hate wheel. Our first fucking picks off of the hate wheel had to be Nicolas Cage and Tom Green. It just had to. It just freaking had to. And honestly, I'll say this. Tom Green's not as annoying as Nicolas Cage, for one, for me. Two, if Tom Green's in a movie and not a lead, he's not as bad. He's like an okay side character. Like this, how he's like a side character. He wasn't in every fucking scene.
Yeah.
It would have been rough. Like Freddy Got Fingered was a horrible movie, way worse than this. This one, Stealing Harvard, it was what it was. I do have a question for you guys, though. How come every Tom Green movie that I've seen, he's doing something like weird or sexual with an animal? It always has some sexual innuendo.
Yeah, I know. He almost made it. Like I was like, as soon as they did that, I was like, oh, there's Tom Green, his signature move.
Yep.
Put that in there.
That and I had to warm up a block of cheese.
Yeah. It was kind of like the Freddy Got Fingered talk.
Yeah,
like he was about to go in a musical and go, "Would you like some cheese? Would you like some cheese?" or some stupid shit. It was weird. That's definitely a Tom Green thing. Like something like that, you're like, "Yep."
I had to use the GIF right here of the block of cheese coming out of the microwave or whatever, and of course for this,
that was not planned, by the way.
It probably wasn't.
No, for me to say that and then you have a GIF ready.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. I mean, the gift, honestly, the gifts were already here, but I'm just saying, like, it was just two scenes you had to use. I had to use. There was no way I wasn't going to.
Pop-up screen froze.
Okay.
All right.
But,
I'm back.
All right. But yeah, so these are the fucking movies we're doing, guys.
Which one you want to jump in? You want to keep it going with Stealing Harvard? Might as well. But before we even get into that, before we get into early ratings, how's everybody doing? How's everybody's day going?
Today's actually been pretty productive.
That's good. How about you, James?
Same here. I did some overtime this morning until noon, 6 to 12. Then just ran some errands, hanging out. Not bad.
So took care of the wife's truck, brought that to Mavis for some tires and alignment, and then went to my niece's birthday party today. She's 7. We went to Billy B's, and my mother got on the slides, was jumping on the damn trampoline. I was not expecting that at all. Like, she was having a fucking blast there as much as the kids were.
Yeah.
It was my mother. As far as the adults that I remember, it was my mother and both of my brothers went on. I didn't. But believe it or not, I didn't. I was being the mature one today. But no, you know what it was? Why I honestly didn't go on? Because it was like hot. It would have been fun, but it was like hot in there, right? And I went to go take R. Kelly, take a piss. Well, I went in the toilet. I wasn't going to pee on anybody's children. That's wrong. But
you're at that kids' fun place, so
the bathroom had AC in there. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, the bathroom had the AC on in there, but the actual place where everybody's running around and jumping around and playing, no, it's just hot. I'm like, this is where the air should be. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be cool in the bathroom, but it should definitely be cool, like a nice cool breeze, nice cool air out here. And no,
so that's where you hit out. You're playing off like, oh, my stomach is killing me.
Nah,
I can't stop shitting.
I one time had I went in there earlier, but I just wanted to go there, have a good time though. But all in all, the kids had a good time. It was fun. Cake was good as fuck.
There's a couple of reasons I can think of that they probably do that. They probably be concerned about parents complaining their kids are going to get sick because they're all sweaty and stuff.
Yeah, but you got to think about it, they wouldn't be as sweaty if it's a little cooler in there.
It's true.
And
It's
on top of that, not complaining though, because again, I had a good time. The kids had a great time. That's all that matters. But on top of that, you're wearing your masks.
Yeah.
And then it's hot versus if you're wearing your mask and it's cooler, it's easier to breathe.
Was the place super packed?
No.
I was gonna say if there's a lot of body heat too and people breathing, that'll make a AC system struggle a little bit.
No, that AC wasn't on. The AC wasn't on. Because I've been there before. Like I went there pre-pandemic. My wife and I brought my niece, and it was comfortable in there. Like it was nice and cool. So yeah, the air works. I know the air works, and all that money you charge people for birthday parties and shit, you should be able to afford it. Don't act like you can't. But let's dive into these movies. So let's do early ratings for Stealing Harvard, from a -10 to a +10. Who wants to jump out there and give their rating? Who has their rating?
I can go. I'll go. All right. So some parts made me laugh. Tom Green like you said, he was like a backup character, but not really. He was like second. He was in a lot of scenes. He was like partner in crime, but he wasn't that annoying to me, except for that one part where it was the signature Tom Green, that Nat doing something disgusting. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? They could have just ignored it. The parts that made me laugh because he's like a landscaper, but he does a shitty job, and all the stuff he was doing, like the kid swinging in the tree with the chainsaw. So it's like I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So parts like that made me laugh. So it wasn't that bad. I'll give it a. I'll break even. I'll say 5. 5 swinging kids, and I don't even know what you want to call it. 5
doggy styles.
5 blackmail pictures.
5 cuddles.
5 cuddles. There you go.
No, 5 cuddles.
Yeah, awkward cuddles.
How many? I just missed my wives. Will you give this movie?
Well, there you go.
I will give this movie I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3. It was one of those ones where it had, again, like James said, it had some of its funny moments and all that, but I would never watch this again.
No.
Wow.
And it's because for me, it's one of those comedy movies I couldn't go back to. Like there's a few you can go back to, of course, and this isn't one of them. Like I'll use an example. American Pie is something you can go back to. Even if you don't watch it for years, you can at least go back to it. Like the only way I'd ever watch this movie again, well, I should say this one, is if we were doing our podcast for it, which we're already doing that. So I don't see myself ever watching it again. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. Had its funny moments, had its silly, stupid moments. Tom Green has a weird sexual love affair with a dog, but are we surprised? Not at all. So yeah. And Chris, I'll let you go third because this is like I know how you feel about Tom Green, so that's why I wanted you to go last, so you can get it all out.
All right, so here we go. I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's one of those that I'll always remember, but I think it's one of those that I'll forget and I might catch again, and I won't be mad.
Wow. So you enjoyed it.
I'm not even mad at Tom Green.
Wow.
Yep. I have this little feeling for like the movies of this era. This was when I really, really started getting into movies and stuff like that, from everything from the type of music of rock music or whatnot into soundtracks and all of that stuff. Yeah. Like I just have so many other memories from stuff like that. And that put me back in a little bit of a good place. And then I was watching it and I was like this the whole time with the crooked smile, pretty much, you know what I mean? Like once or twice, but like I don't think it was horrible. I don't think it was horrible.
All right, guys, I got to show you guys something because Kyle, you guys know Kyle from Horror Research 30, Canadian Kyle. I want to be Kyle's because of this movie, by the way, because Tom Green. Some weird shit. We'll talk about it. But because we are reviewing The Wicker Man, everybody knows how I feel about Nicolas Cage. This is what Kyle posts just a little while ago. My guy, man. That's fucking hilarious. That's awesome. Fucking awesome, Kyle. Appreciate that. I appreciate that, and I needed that. Thank you. So, guys, Shit, man. A 6? I'm surprised, Chris.
I knew you were gonna be, and I knew you were expecting me to go fucking all R. Kelly ranty on this, and nah, man. Honestly, I'm not mad at the movie, bro. Like it's a lot better of an attempt than some of the past movies we've been watching the past couple weeks.
Especially,
oh god, the movie who not being mentioned.
Which one?
It's like Voldemort now.
Yeah, we did
Blood Lake. I wasn't supposed to mention it. Shit, he's coming.
And then what was the other one? Rise of the Mummy.
Oh, jeez.
Fucking horrible. Awful. But we did also get to watch some cool shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That were just as equally as good as what I just rated this movie. So you tell me which one was actually worth the effort. The 12-minute or the hour and 47-minute one?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
What you guys
should think of that? That's crazy.
Go check out Shackles on YouTube. That shit was good.
Yes, it was. 10 out of 10.
Yep.
Back to this movie though. Before we get on these crazy rants, this movie really didn't make much sense. It was
stupidity.
And it was like because there was so much shit. Like every single thing they did, they fucking get caught, and there's never cops involved until damn near the end of the movie, and nothing really happens about it. I'm like, okay, so for example,
you got the one detective from Scrubs. That dude from Scrubs, the doctor, just trying to get him guilty, trying to find shit on him. And over stupidity stuff, like you can easily get caught. Bank, the fucking rob the liquor store,
the guy's house,
and they got caught like every time.
Excuse me, even at the end of the movie where they successfully get the money, but they get caught and get out of it because of the picture. Which was funny.
Okay, I'm going to say this, and I might be an asshole for saying this. Okay, so if I promised my niece 12 years ago about paying for her college and shit, if she gets there, and she came up to me and says $30,000, I'm going to say community college is free. She's not getting no $30,000. I don't know. I'm like, I said that when you were pointing at pictures, and I was just trying to be on your good side, talking to you at the time.
Not only that, but like the situation, it's like, okay, so I'm engaged, I'm getting ready to get married, we're doing good, we're doing pretty decent financially, we're going to be doing even better, but we have $30,000 and we can put down on a home. You don't just put that away, which I'm not saying would be it's not a bad thing if you could afford to help your niece, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, like you said, go to community college for 2 years, get your degree in that. I'm not saying you still can't go to Harvard, but work. That's the situation I was getting at. Because I was talking, if I was them, I'm saying, I'm putting myself in the movie. Yeah.
They only had saved $30,000 they already had plans of a house. There's no way in their fucking right mind someone's going to go, I'm sorry, I made a promise 12 years ago to my niece. I guess we're going to have to wait another 10 years for this house so she can go to school. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And it seems like he hardly talked to her growing up. Like, so you guys are not even close. So you made a promise to your niece 12 years ago. You don't even fucking know her age. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The storyline was weird.
I feel like every movie that Tom Green's in, the storyline doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah. But there's funny parts. Like I said, it made me laugh during it. The fucking stupidity shit, what Tom Green says and does, his ideas and everything, his arguments, him trying to fucking break a window with chairs, and he tried to drive into. I'm like, the fuck is going on? Got the power scooter. I'm like, the fuck.
There was that, the fucking. Remember when he was backing out of leaving the dude's house? That Tom Green's driving his van, fucking crashing the garbage cans, he gets stuck on the curb.
Yeah. I'm
like, come on, man. You know what it is in movies like that? How they have the stupid humor. When the funny gets taken out of it. Wow. When the funny kind of gets pulled back from it is when they overdo it too much, like back to back. And that's like everything Tom Green. That's why
the quick fire jokes.
Like if you do have him in a movie, you need him in something like this, but to where it's like broken up, or like Road Trip, where he's not in it very much. He's in Road Trip even less than this. But it
Oh
doesn't.
yeah, he's like in only a few scenes in Road Trip, I think.
But if he's the star of the show, oh my gosh, you're gonna see
definitely better as a supporting actor and somebody as like comedic relief, not as the star of it, not as the focus.
Yeah,
you can even put him at like third or fourth, like or fifth or sixth. Just throw him in a couple scenes and he's all right. That's. I mean, that's all I could really say about him, man. It's
make him a character like one of the friends.
Yeah,
throw him in there. He'll be the silly, doofy one,
like a friend of a friend.
The friend of the friend.
Yeah,
he comes once a season, one episode. He's in it for like 30 seconds.
He has like his catchphrase, "Hey, it's me, Mr. Cheese," or something stupid like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It made me giggle, but I can see I'm over that Tom Green era. You know, where that shit used to be funny back in the day. His show, I guilty. I used to watch it just to the stupidity stuff. But then those type of movies started dying out. Like, okay, they're like the same jokes. It's just twisted around.
Exactly.
And so
it's that.
So I think I'm not like that. Back then, I probably thought this shit was hilarious. This is the first time I've seen it. I've never seen it before.
I'll say two things though. One, we're older, we're more mature to an extent, not really. And then two, the real reason is because that kind of humor, like where it was hilarious then, it doesn't carry over to certain humor now. Like there's other movies that we could watch that were fucking hilarious back then and they're still hilarious now. This isn't one of them. This was like the whole weird, whatever, caucasity shit. And it was just like that. It wasn't just something that was like that again carries over. It's kind of like when let me think. Nelly's song "Hot in Here" came out. Remember that? And then every movie had like the old lady, like the whatever movie started had like the old lady singing "It's getting hot in here." So they and it was funny like the first couple times, and then every movie started to do it. That's what this is. It was like one of those things where you have like that stupid humor or whatever, stupid storyline, and every movie started to do it. They just changed it up. Just changed up like what the goal was at the end of the movie and how they succeeded that goal, but it was still like the stupid shit in between. And yeah, so it's like, it was a very caucastic movie.
Like, would you be so dedicated to get this money because you promised someone that, for one, not a planned out liquor store robbery or a bank? Well, the bank wasn't really them. They were just sitting there waiting for the dude to come.
Yeah.
And he jumps in there like, go. And they're like, what the fuck happened? So that technically they didn't rob the bank, but they're the getaway car.
Hey, that's part of it, though.
They could have easily just stayed there and said, fuck you, take the car, get out of here. And just said, yo, someone just stole our car.
That's true.
Yeah.
So that part was like, okay, they didn't try to get the money from them, like from like the bank, but
yeah,
the liquor store, their first attempt. No, was it? Yeah, the liquor store was their first attempt, right?
No,
that dude,
I think the guy's was the first attempt.
Was the guys? Oh yeah, you're right. The guys at the picture. That's right. So the second attempt, the liquor store, it did make me laugh at that fucking kid, just like shooting rounds at him. That he shot out the light. He's like, oh, and they came back and they took the camera footage. Then at the end he added something about food. They took this and this. I'm like, where the fuck did that shit come from?
He said something about porno. See that they came here and
stole the porno. Yeah. So he'll keep adding shit every time he came up.
That was the shit he was eating and doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like I said, some parts made me laugh. That scene made me laugh. The blackmail, the pictures with the old guy, that was creepy. Like, what the fuck is going on? Funny.
He had a whole fucking photo album of pictures of him laying. Like, how many people break in your fucking house?
Yo, he's rich, and everybody got word of mouth. He's like, yo, he has 30 grand, 50 grand in his safe that's not locked. And he does it on purpose. That's why he always ready with the gun. He's like, oh, around this is the time they usually come and break in.
Okay, so really quick. My thing with that is, yes, it's in it. Like, it would be an embarrassing thing, of course. But if that's happening to that many people, you would think that would get out. Like, yo, look. If you're going to go there and try to break in, bring a gun.
Well, you don't want another charge on if you get caught.
It was just...
Now, here's the question for you.
That's probably the most gangster thing I think I'll ever hear you say. You don't want to catch another charge.
You don't want to catch another charge, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
But would you tell the old guy, fuck you, shoot me? or would you have done that? I mean, it's nothing bad. It's like not ridiculous. It's crazy. It's funny. They made him dressed like his wife, I think, and cuddled in his bed while he just randomly talks about his week or something, his day.
I would probably have to. I don't want to die, so.
Okay, because I part of me felt like somehow you will lean and say, "Fuck you, shoot me," because I'm not doing that shit.
Hey, if I would have went further, like down that road, then yeah, you might as well just take me out. But what about you two? Same question for you two.
I would have done it. I would have made it awkward for him. It's him cuddling. I would be sliding my ass back, doing that, doing the bump tease. Make him uncomfortable. Like, don't ever do this because it's gonna backfire on you one of these days, buddy.
Oh man. Oh man, there we go already, James.
Thank you for that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say.
I probably would have had a little bit of a rendition of that if I really thought he was actually going to shoot me and I had to de-escalate. All right, you know what I mean? Kind of make him feel all right. And then all of a sudden take it to that one notch over before I get into dress like, but I'm going to enjoy this too type deal. And then while he's distracted, either hit him and take the gun or one advice to the other, jump out the window, something.
But what if you can't escape though? You know what I mean? If it's either get shot or cuddle.
I'd be like, yo, you remember 50 Cent? Get rich or die trying, motherfucker. Hey, give me the 9. Give me the 9s. Give me the 9. I'll take the 9 for 1,000, Alex.
You got shot like 47 times or something?
9 times, yep.
Is it 9?
Yeah.
Every time I hear that, someone adds numbers to it. 29 times, man. I'm like, oh.
Nah,
59.
Yeah,
That shit
man,
hurt.
I think it's one of them instances, man, that you either got to pick and choose to fight right then and there, and whatever happens, happens, or you fucking try to see as long as you can within time, do what you can to figure out and find an opening. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But no, that scene made me laugh though. I was like, it always has that weirdness to these movies.
It was funny with me with the father.
Yeah. Oh, the father's wild.
And then Tom Green just goes on his own for $1,000.
He says there, he's like, tell me. You haven't slept with my daughter. And the dude's just sitting there like, in my head, I was like, really? Is he though? Part of me feels like it's like one of those movies that she's going to have like a twist. Like, I've been cheating on you with a woman or something. Because every time they had sex, she cried. And I'm like, she don't want to have sex. It's just so weird. And then when he called it, why are you crying? He's like, oh, I'm not crying. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
And
until we found her kink. She likes that bad boy bank robbery, like Bonnie and Clyde shit going on.
Well, I think what it is, I don't even think it's that. I'm not saying that didn't turn around, but I think it's that she just liked her man, like putting his foot down finally, like just taking a stand. Because every other time he's just being kind of like a pushover.
You know, within the fucking hour, them leaving the house, going to rob their fucking father's thing, they had sex like 8 times, yo. Yep. His sack is dry. Give that motherfucker some water.
Shit, she's probably dry too.
Like, damn, man.
Yep. You're right, because they were just going.
Where's this movie taking place? Got to watch out for fucking forest fires because they might be sparking up some shit.
Yeah, but that's where you know who comes in and pisses that fire out.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he'll come out and put that fire
out of nowhere. He just pops up. Bing! This is in the name of love.
What are you trying to say? You're telling people to throw kids into a burning fire so R. Kelly come start pissing and put the fire out?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he'll just come pee on the fire. Because the fire's young. It just started.
It just started young. You're only 6 years old.
There you go.
That's crazy.
Fuck, man. I hope Chris can make it on with us too, though. But we're thinking about you, Chris.
I got a feeling Chris liked this. Ish. I'm not saying he loved it or anything like that. It's Tom Green. I think it was like me. I think he's going to give it a 4 or a 5 down the middle. That's my opinion with Chris.
Wow. We'll see. Hopefully. It would be some shit though if Chris watched both of these fucking movies for no reason.
Hey, it happens. I did. The one time where I couldn't make it, I watched the fucking movie.
A couple weeks ago, right? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did I want to? No.
You know what it is? I guess it's one of those things where you're just like, you know what, they suffered through it. I might as well, and it's just movies to watch for this year.
Exactly. And plus, what about he did make it on time, and he didn't watch them because he thought he wasn't going to be.
Yeah.
Then he's like, I didn't watch anything, guys.
Yep.
What did Shakespeare say about preparedness?
He's probably really drunk right now. He's just chilling on his deck drinking, waiting for people to come to his house. So
we'll see. Well, come on, Chris, hurry up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna text him in the group chat and see if there's any luck. But what else do you guys want to discuss with this movie? While I try to hit Chris.
I'm trying to think of other scenes that popped out really. Okay. That's a funny part too. I like how Tom Green and the guy's fiance talk to each other. They hate each other. They're like saying some wild shit. I thought that was funny. I can't remember exact quotes he was saying back and forth to each other, but
that she called him an asshole.
Asshole.
He says casserole.
Yeah, he calls her a skank or some shit at one point. It was funny.
It was hilarious.
That part popped out.
It had its funny parts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was just here and there. It's like the little jabs. Like I said, the storyline needed more work, I think. Yeah, it was, I get it. The storyline had to be that because they're stupid and they're going to do the stupid things to try to get the money. So I guess it fits that because he didn't really think about it. He just went along with Tom Green's character, dumb as hell with these wild ideas. And he just goes, okay, this is smart. I can put me in prison for 20 years, but it's worth it. You know, but I think that's that type of movie, though. They knew what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're trying to get like you said, the American Pie laughs, riding the fucking bandwagon with those type of movies that were coming out at the time.
That's exactly what it was getting those laughs.
99 in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly because it was all the same laughs, like for that era, for that decade or whatever. Chris said he's probably not going to be able to make it.
Okay.
All good.
But we got it.
You know what's one of those things about these movies, like we're talking about from this era right now, that like I kind of like? The beginning, the opening, where it has that like monologue going or whatnot to set you up or whatnot.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I kind of always enjoyed that. Especially when it's about a story like, you know, somebody who has to kind of find themselves type deal. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, well, I'm here because of X, Y, and Z, and then by the end of the story, you're like, and now this is this because of that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You make a great point. Grasshopper, you make a great point. But really quick, before we get it any further, gentlemen, because we're gonna spin the wheel soon, but I need to ask you guys an important question. What's in your cups? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking some raspberry tea Trulies seltzers.
Nice. The essence of life. Water.
R. Kelly's piss.
What's up, Joe? Make sure you guys go follow Any Last Words because it's another dope podcast, and The Devil Made Me Do It, and Girls Gore Gin. Go do that right now. Tell me about
Nick Cage.
Tell me about it. It's yeah. So I am drinking this little drink right here. It looks like I'm drinking nothing. It's beautiful, huh? It's magic. But no, it's called it's Bacardi.
Okay.
One of them is called, I have two Bacardis mixed. One is pineapple. The other one's it's called Zombie, and it's blue. I think it's like a blue raspberry. So I mixed those two. And then I had it mixed with the green apple Skittles drink. And then a splash of watermelon schnapps. Shit is really good. Not that strong, not like last week, guys. Do not worry. I am going to be okay.
Hey, man, sometimes it be like that. It gets away from you a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That just means you did it extra right.
Damn right. That Nick Cage's face.
Yeah, Joe's not a Nicolas Cage fan either. That's not
okay.
long, so.
Cool.
She can't stand him.
I'm like, who is?
Unfortunately, some people are because he keeps fucking getting into movies. But before we talk about that asshole, let's spin the wheel because this is the same shit in every fucking movie.
Anybody's score changing on this one at all after we talked about it?
I'll go 5.5 because I laughed more than I said because I was looking. I was doing the scenes in my head. I was like, yeah, I laughed there. So
I'm sticking with my 3. It had its funny parts, but it was nothing I would go back to ever unless I had to, like I said, for a show. But
there's a low chance I'll ever come across this movie again. So other than that, I'll never look for it. But like if that 0.5% chance I did see it in some scenario, I wouldn't hate it. I would sit there and watch it.
I would change the channel.
I was gonna say if you're channel surfing and there ain't nothing else on and you catch this, would you just stay right there or would you keep looking?
I probably would stay here.
YouTube or Pornhub is where I'm going. Those are my 2 answers.
In that order?
It depends on how I'm feeling.
Yeah, it has to be in that order. You're like, let me get a couple music videos in. Then Pornhub, then it's night time. Cheese and crackers.
Oh man.
Here comes the
be a lot of Caucasity next weekend.
The Caucasity movies. Rated C for Caucasity.
Cheese and crackers. Here we go, guys. What's the first one? Please be something good. Oh man, 50 Shades of Grey is on here, guys.
How is that oh God. You know, I was making it a goal in my life that I never watched the movies.
50 Shades of Grey? The Jerk?
Oh, I put that.
Oh, wait, nope. It's, shit. This is one of Ibrahim's. I can tell you the fucking title. I don't even know what the hell that shit says.
Is it a horror flick?
Yeah.
Atonement? Oh, this is definitely Ibrahim.
Atonement.
I don't think I heard this movie. I don't know what it's about, but I've seen the title before. I never seen it, though.
Oh, I feel offended by cheese and cracker. Listen, this is the wheel. We have a chicken and grits wheel too. I'm just saying, we're all about love.
I'm cheese because I love cheese. Grits is crackers because he's just a cracker.
He said it, not me. I wouldn't say that filthy. Yeah, I would. Okay, let's see what's next. What is next? Oh shit.
Oh man, so does that mean we're gonna get like a wheel for my realm that's like all like mariachi and machete and
we should make a light skinned wheel.
We could do a light skinned Spanish wheel. Light skinned Spanish wheel. I've never had it together, but I would like to try it. I like my grits sweet though, butter and sugar. Monty Python.
I prefer the ones with the cheese in it.
Never tried it like that. Cheese or salt and pepper or shrimp.
Oh, I think Chris put this one.
Yeah, Monty Python.
Chicken and grits are awesome.
I've had chicken waffles.
So, Aaron, this is like Monty Python. You heard of Monty Python before, right?
I've heard of it, but
you never seen anything? No, the movies, like clips of it or anything?
You lost me at shrimp.
This is going to be interesting for you. I'm really curious what you're going to rate these. Oh, I love shrimp.
I don't do seafood at all.
You're Puerto Rican. I thought you guys loved that.
Bro.
That's really? Mediterranean.
We going to do this right now? Like, you just going to call me out on the stereotype that I don't fit into? Like,
that's what I'm known for. Joe's on here in the comments. I know she loves.
I was going to say,
I'm just fucking around. I
know. Yeah, I know. I was about to say something that might probably borderline the cancellation fucking line. I had to hold back on that one.
That's when we say off air, or you message it in the group and me or Chris will read it. Message it in the private chat.
I have a confession to make about the last selection from the wheel. I have never seen it.
Monty Python?
Monty Python, I have never seen it. I've heard of it. I've had many friends who told me about it. I've seen the movie. I've even brought the movie home with me when I worked at Hollywood.
This is the reason, guys. You didn't see it.
And I've never actually watched it.
Yep, you're probably right, James. I've never seen it either, and I forgot what was the other movie again.
I was gonna say, what's the other Monty Python? What's the other Mighty Python movie though?
There's the Holy Grail. There's
I don't know.
Monty Python and
Chester.
I know I caught one on TV one day, and I never I must have watched 15, 20 minutes of it, and between the British dry humor and stuff like that, at the age that I was.
Oh, there's a Flying Circus. They have quite a few.
Yeah, there's tons.
It was I think it started off as I think it's a sketch comedy. It was a show, I thought. I could be wrong. It's been forever since I've seen this shit. But it makes you laugh. There's some, let's just say this is where the invention of dad jokes come from.
And it's gonna be white dad jokes at that.
Yeah, it's weird stuff. It's kind of like that one movie we watched. I think you watched it. We did it on Popcorn and Pints with
Chevy Chase. No.
Oh, Blazing Saddles. That kind of comedy.
Okay.
That was fucking funny.
It has that type of stupidity comedy.
Okay.
Except I think this is British, so it's definitely a little bit.
British is wild though. British, they don't have a line. They don't there's no FDC or something for them. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They have sitcoms about children. It can be Barney, and Barney's fucking saying "fuck you, get the hell away, you little bastard."
That would be funny.
Yo, I watched that, Barney.
That'd be funny.
Okay, here's the thing. My dumbass. When I heard HBO bought Sesame Street, so I'm thinking HBO don't do kid shit. I was like, yo, they're going to make a dark version of Sesame Street.
Yo, that would be fucking awesome as shit. I would love a dark version of Sesame Street.
But no, then that's when HBO was like, no, we're going to get a channel just for kids to get people to buy our pack.
Yeah, they got enough shit.
I'm like, you motherfuckers. I really thought someone was going to turn Sesame Street dark, like a horror series or something like that. The letter of the days end for murder, and Big Bird sliced your throat and shit.
Yep.
Oscar Grouch is a meth head.
Yeah. You go by, he just pops out and fucking stabs you in your neck.
Grabs you. And you already know what Cookie Monster's always eating. What cookies he's eating all the time.
Ass.
For that too.
That's how his wife gets him to get to bed. She's like, yeah, she shows a cookie there, and he's like, yum, yum, yum.
Until he falls asleep.
Yeah.
Wow. HBO, I'm telling you, man, we come up with all these ideas. Any of you streaming services, we come up with all these ideas for all these genres, from horror to any other genre, and you guys need to start listening because people will watch this shit. Will most of these people that are watching it be drunk or high? Probably, but you're going to get a lot of people watching it. Then you put some Doritos commercials on there too and all that other shit. Sponsors, boom, you're going to get people hungry. They're going to go and want to buy those bag of Doritos. Genius. That's marketing. Hire me. See that? That's how you do it right there, guys. All right. I've been trying to avoid this shit.
I know. I can tell.
Let's get into this movie, The Wicker Man. Nicolas Cage was in this movie way too much, by the way.
Star Nicolas Cage, you're in it too much. Get out of it. You're in every fucking scene, man.
It was boring.
It was.
It was boring.
That's what it was.
And I feel like even if it wasn't him in it, yes, exactly. See, not sponsored, but definitely could be. I say that all the time, and I'll tell Joe to say it, so she'll say it on her show. You gotta remember to say that, because they ain't paying us to say your lines, your brands, but I'm telling you, you can. You can. You will not be upset about that. Hear that, Amazon Prime?
I'm advertising for Mac Tools right now. God damn it. But if you want.
Yeah, send us some tools and shit. Those are the best tools in the world until Craftsman hits us. I'll stop. So, yeah. It was boring. And I'm not even saying it just because Nicolas Cage was in the movie. You guys know how I feel about him. I can't fucking stand him. I want to punch him in his fucking punchable face. But I feel like even with another actor with the same exact story, it would have just been a boring fucking movie. Like, there should have been more to it. He should have, as far as like the little girl that he's going to save that's supposedly his daughter and all that shit.
Oh, just a heads up, Aaron, because we got to do Midsummer for Tuesday.
Appreciate that.
Listen, you know how we're doing Midsummer Tuesday?
Yeah.
So Midsummer's kind of like the basis of this movie. It's the idea. They're getting a group of people to go to an island where they have their own rules. So that's what Midsummer's kind of, if you've never seen it.
No, I haven't yet.
It's wild though. It makes you think and shit. There's twists everywhere. And
B scene was garbage. It was.
I didn't even like the title of this, The Wicker Man. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait a minute. You're telling me this whole thing was for a ceremony for the Wicker Man that you don't see the fucking giant statue at the end?
Yeah.
You're just walking around him going house to house, just breaking in people's houses, talking to him. It's like, I'm a fucking cop. I'm like, no, you're not, dude. California you are. Get the fuck out of here. He's just talking like grilling everybody.
He yells in every fucking movie.
Yeah, he did that one, his patented yell where he goes crazy, where he just loses it. I forgot what the scene was where he was yelling at somebody.
So he's not making baskets and shit?
No, it probably would have been a better movie.
He should have been making baskets and shit and fucking.
That's what. So in the movie, he's allergic to bees. He finally gets stung by like 170,000. But I want to know the last bee. That's who I am. I'm the last bee that almost killed him. My sting is the one that made him pass out and drop. That was me.
James is proud of that.
I am proud of that. Fucking, I'm like, I was like, oh, good, the movie, he's done. Then the last 40 minutes is going to tell us what's going on with the chick and everything. Like he could have died there. They could have said we did it. The bees had their venom in them.
Took him out.
Now he's ready for the sacrifice and threw him in there and set him on fire dead. You don't have to be alive.
They didn't use the right bees though. They should have used the bees from Candyman or the killer bees from Wu-Tang. That was
there you go.
They just used some bees on a. By the way, people, you put a bunch of white people on an island like this is pretty much what's going to happen. I feel like every time, 9 times out of 10, especially if they run out of cheese. This is what happened with this movie. So they all went to this island, right? They're all like, "Hey, it's only us. We're here. We're happy. We don't got to put seasoning on anything, and nobody's going to judge us for it." And then they had a cheese shortage, so that's why they would lure the. You know how the women would lure the men in? They would also bring cheese, and then they'd get pregnant. Send the guy back, he'd bring more cheese, and then they'd kill him. But then there was starting to be a cheese shortage. That's why they started acting all crazy.
Okay.
So yeah, don't let white people get on.
Interesting. I was about to say, because if I'm on an island and the cheese runs out, I'm going to be the only one left on the island.
So, well, that's why they didn't take you. Like,
that's why they didn't take me. They ask you questions at the bar. They're like, "Oh, you like cheese?" They'll hear me. I'm like, "Yeah, I love cheese." They're like, "Nope." You can't break him.
Oh man, what's funny about that though too is like I know James is white, but he's like common sense white though. Like I'm not going there. This doesn't look like this. This is too white for me. I'm not doing that. And I get it, James, because there's things that are black as hell. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. You guys are fucking crazy. I'm chilling. I'm sure Chris. Yep. See,
there's a reason they call it the minority. Okay, not all of us are that. It's the minority.
Them fools down the street, Tyrone, Rico, and them, and James. It'd be like Tyrone, Rico, and then Pete. And Pete's like the fucking crazy white dude out there because he just don't give a fuck.
What is the whitest name?
James is so seen that.
Ulysses or Eugene?
Chuck?
No.
Charles?
Dick. It's Dick. It's Richard. It's Dick.
Dick, Richard.
Yeah. So
Paul, Kevin,
Harvey,
Sam.
I won't cross that level.
Josh, Todd,
Harvey.
Xander.
That might be like the whitest
Harvey
name in Switzerland or something.
In Switzerland. James doesn't even know the origin of that name. He just went with
It
Switzerland.
sounds like it's from Switzerland.
I feel like James went with Switzerland for something else on this
Like-
podcast before. It's like Switzerland.
This is my
I got
brother
it in my name
Xander.
right there. Willow.
Willow.
Oh,
Worst damn Willow ever.
Every
that could be a guy in woman's name. Willow.
Yep.
It's neutral.
Yep.
Well,
Of Kilcassity.
Oh, Cassidy. Oh, Cage Rage. There's fucking plenty of this.
Oh, it's a combo tonight. It's Cage Rage with Caucasity.
With Caucasity.
Lord Caucasus.
It's just like, what the fuck? That's basically what it was, man. Both of these movies. Honestly, damn, these were some. I mean, I know they're both on the white wheel. So, no, actually, these are on the hate wheel. So,
This is the hate wheel.
So
originally we had the Wicker Man. I put it on the horror or 30.
But
because we made the hate wheel, yeah, it got Ibrahim put it over here. So we're like, okay, we'll let it go.
But
because it wasn't horror to me. I wouldn't count this.
Not at all. Not at all. Like, I would be pissed if we watched this for horror or 30.
If you're going to do a ritual movie, I'm going to give you a couple right now. Midsummer makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Then Netflix has a movie called Ritual. That movie is crazy. Mm-hmm. But this fucking, I don't know. They did it wrong. I think it was like a whole bunch of nonsense. He had a gun. I would have killed the first 5 people I met because they were all annoying. They made no sense. He's asking them questions. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? No one acts like that. Like the teacher, that fucking classroom scene was weird.
The whole fucking movie was just...
Yeah, it was just fucking, he's questioning people and they're not saying, I'm like, for one, I would have said, okay, I would have turned around, said to the pilot, okay, I'm getting off the island, let's go. I'm going to have a full investigation. I'm going to have people come. People, not just him running around.
Yelling.
Well,
that's part of the reason why he wanted to try to get to the plane for the radio too, right? Because the fucking cell phones weren't working and shit.
Okay, guys.
What are you going to say?
Here's where the story fell apart.
What?
So, the airplane guy, you know how he took him?
Yeah.
And he's like, I shouldn't be doing this. And he showed the money. Nick Cage made one of his Nick Cage jokes that wasn't funny at all. But who was the 2 presidents he had for the money? Grant and something.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother, fucking Jackson or something. Something stupid.
Franklin, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, Frank, something like that. So he bribed him with money. The guy took him. So he got caught. And the people were like, you're not supposed to do that. So they knew the airplane guy brought him. So he ends up dead in the movie. But the whole thing was planned.
Yeah.
The airplane guy did not have to die. He did his job. He brought the guy over to the mainland, to their island. And they could have just played it off and let him go. And you would have never seen the pilot again. Say, you did your job. Don't come back. See ya. Why did they kill him like he was right all along, and because the pilot messed up, they hate men, and they killed him, ripped his eyeballs off, and sewed his mouth shut, and the radio in his plane is broken. I'm like, that made no sense to me.
They want to know loose ends. They're like, nobody's saying shit. We're gonna be extra careful.
But he was doing his job. $100. He was only getting paid $100. He was risking his whole company for $100 to drop a delivery where he's not supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
He's already risking mad shit. He's not going to rat on nothing if he's already risking that much stuff.
You never know, though.
And he could be part of it. He could be one of the man slaves, and that's their pilot who goes and gets shit and comes back. So he could have played dumb. They didn't have to kill him. No reason for it.
True.
I see what you're saying, though, but I feel like it was just one of those things. They're just like, just in case somebody does say something, because this motherfucker can fly somewhere, say something, and fly other people over here and kind of, let's just not.
Another thing that made no sense to me. His flashes of memory, seeing like his daughter or something, he has like a supernatural power, like he's psychic or something.
Yeah.
Parents say
it had nothing to do with the movie
about their kids and like how they're connected to their kids and stuff. So I kind of saw that. I guess he didn't know.
Oh, I see. I didn't get that at all.
Flashes, you know what I mean? Like
I thought he was like, that's why he was taking pills. He's holding back his psychic powers, visions, or something. but had nothing to do with it.
Because remember, he was being tormented by the visions of the girl in the car when the explosion happened, right? When they got hit. But then he realizes later that the vision of the girl was actually his daughter.
See, that's where I thought the psychic shit was coming in. I thought he had like a power.
You know how you get an intuition feeling or a gut feeling like something's about to happen, something's wrong, but I don't know what type deal or what the fuck's gonna happen. You're trying to wait to see and stay still to see what the fuck's gonna happen around you within the next like 24 to 48 hours. I think he was seeing that, feeling it, and then like, fuck, what's going on? I don't understand this. What do you mean they weren't real people in the car? So whose car was it, and where did the car come from? You know what I mean? So then if you backtrack to the hey, it wasn't registered. It's never been owned by anybody. All the equipment, there's no fingerprints, no nothing. They placed it, and that's where the beginning of them playing him began. You know what I mean? But his gut and his connection to his love for the girl, and then not knowing that they had a child, that to me was that whole connection thing.
But the child thing, he was connecting to them. Well, I guess it could be a fake connect. He wasn't really connecting to them because they weren't the victims. They were part of it. Even the daughters, like, I did it, mommy, like you said.
But it was all part of the plan and everything, right? So remember, she healed him with the old ways. So what other old ways are they in tune with that they can, try to manipulate him spiritually or?
Oh, true, yeah. Jogged them, like put some kind of fucking leaf that only comes
hex them, you know what I mean? Give him a hex or you know what I mean, some type.
Yeah, true. Like a little tiny Wicker Man puts it in his ass. That's why he walks like that.
Hey, Wicker Man voodooed him.
You see how he runs and everything? Everything he does is annoying.
It fucking is. Talking, breathing, everything.
He runs. He tries to keep his body straight up when he runs.
Dude, when he was a cop, when the first fucking scene, he gets out the car or gets off the bike, I was immediately like, come on, man. Like, you look funny as hell as a cop, and then you're gonna get yourself up like, come, get the fuck out of here. You're 125 pounds, man.
Yeah. He that's why he runs, he walks, always his top half of his body is always stiff. Like he's trying to stretch himself upwards to the ceiling.
And out.
Yeah, like even when he runs, he's so weird. I'm like
Cage.
Oh, man. I'm Nicolas Cage.
So there's a couple points that, throughout the movie. One of the first ones was the scene when he first arrives on the island and he's like, hey, your bag is dripping. You can clearly see there's a red tone to it. It's hitting the ground. Yes. You're going to see the staining. And then hey, look at it. He goes to look at it, but you don't get to see what happened, what jumped, what was actually in the thing. So was that another sacrifice or was that actually meals? Was that dinner? You know what I mean?
I was thinking chopped up fish. It's just he didn't expect it. It's like a fish head.
And then, you know what I mean? But it's it's true. It's flopping around and shit. He made the joke about the shark, but still, you're not even, he didn't even, because it doesn't even look like he actually looked at it. He was like, fuck it, whatever. And you're just like, well, good luck. It's not really her child. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then the other thing that irked me too, it's a small thing. The fucking gun. Yeah. The gun is such on a close-up at the end that you can tell it was still a toy gun with the extra little nipple that comes off. You couldn't fucking shave that off. You did a great job of making it look like it was almost metal, but you couldn't fucking shave that off so that you have an actual real-looking gun.
What happened just getting a real gun is just, it's blinks or something, huh?
They didn't want to hurt himself.
They're like, shit, we forgot the gun. Here's $10. Run to fucking Rite Aid.
Second thing about the gun. Who the fuck puts the holster like right here on your hip where it's going to be smacking your junk the whole fucking time and hitting you in the goddamn, like, I don't know why I'm ranting right now. I've never done this before about Nick Cage.
I get the cage rage.
Like, and that's his fucking choice. That was his goddamn choice as the goddamn actor going, oh, this is my character. You're an idiot for that. I'm sorry. I used to like you, Nick Cage.
You're good. You're good. You're good. Let it out. Let that out.
Oh, the connection, the toy guns.
Ooh, sorry, the cage rage.
I was going to say that. You could say that. I was going to say, what else? Trying to do something for the good of others or love, because first movie over here, he promises his niece he's going to pay for her college. This movie over here, he's trying to save this little girl. He finds out it's his daughter, so he's trying to save her out of love. Mm-hmm. Boom. That's how they connect. And two shitty actors.
Or two doofy faces.
Yeah, punchable faces.
Punchable faces.
Yeah.
So we didn't even rate this shit yet.
Yeah, no.
So
I'm thinking for a second there. I'm trying to have the scenes go through my head again. All the stupidity shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of two more things that can piss me off so I can give it an actual, hard one here if I have to.
I gotta know.
Oh, okay. Here's pissed me off too. This motherfucker, it's daylight. He gets permission to dig up the grave. Why did he just wait till fucking the morning? She's not alive. She's dead. If she's in there, she's dead. He goes in the middle of the night digging this fucking thing up.
10 bees out of 10. 10 bee stings. Negative 10 bee stings.
Wow.
User who's Facebook?
It's worse than Blood Lake? Not to me.
No, it's not worse than Blood Lake.
I'm going to say
Mummy either.
Facebook user, we would love to connect with you and know who you are so that we can rebuttal right back to you or whatnot and also interact with you. Click the other link so we can see you.
Yeah, the very first link, you click that, your name will pop up if you wanted to. Your name and your face or whatever, your profile picture. But so yeah, we'll go with that. Negative 10 from a negative 10 to a positive 10 bee stings. How many would you guys give it?
I'm going to give it a 2. It's bad. I want to say 1. But then I started off giving Blood Lake 1. And I was like, that's not fair because it's better than Blood Lake. So I'm going to be nice this time. I'm going to say a 2. It was stupid. I kind of, in a weird way, enjoyed, like, what the fuck is this? What are they doing here? Kind of thing. Like, basically having my cage rage. Against him, like I said, the running thing, just that through. I'm like, no one notices that. No, like guys running up a hill or something. No one pays attention to that. But I'm like, did you see how this motherfucker ran? Looked like he had like a pack of Crayola crayons in his asshole. That's where all the bees stung him.
He ran like he's a fucking mannequin.
Yeah, he runs so weird.
He walks like he's a mannequin.
So, since we just mentioned the bees again, and I don't know why it didn't hit me, and something kept clicking every time you said bees, but it just got to me. Why the fuck are you going down to the biggest fucking bee field you ever saw that's shaped like honeycombs when you're fucking allergic? You're doing a job or not, I don't give a fuck.
Exactly, where he could die, where he has 2 pens on him.
Yeah, fuck that.
And then what happened? Why did you even fucking bug them? Oh, you bumped into it? What?
Yeah, he knocked one over, so it chased them.
What? You would be the first person trying to make sure you are fucking Snake from fucking Metal Gear, sneaking through shit like no tomorrow, avoiding laser beams and shit like your Catwoman through the fucking maze of bees.
Exactly.
And this isn't even Nick Cage's fucking fault.
Yeah, it is.
No, he didn't come up with the idea. He didn't write it. He didn't come up with the. Well, here's what we're gonna do here. He got direction.
He ghostwrote this one.
But did he follow those directions? Probably not.
Touche. We don't know.
He don't know how to read the script.
And the reason why I say that, man, is because not just because I dislike him. I think he's a terrible actor, but he's like the same person in every fucking movie for the most part.
The same can be said about Marky Mark.
That's true. You got that one Brooklyn
or John Cena.
Awesome. John Cena don't count. I don't even count him as an actor. Go back to WWE, man. Get the fuck out.
All right. See, so since Cage Rage didn't hit me until we actually started talking about this shit, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay.
I was gonna give it a 5 because I was never the biggest, but never a fan of Nick Cage, but never the biggest hater of Nick Cage. I've kind of always been in the middle of the road with him, but at the same time, like now that we talked about it, my chest got tight. I feel hypertension and I have cage rage, literally in real life. So he's getting a fucking 4 on this motherfucker.
Yeah, definitely. See, the movie was so boring. It was dragging, and when every time he talked to someone, we're like, okay, something action's going to happen. It did. It was just like a stupid conversation. His voice gets a little bit louder than normal. Then he goes out of the building and nothing happens. I'm like, Then he goes to the next house and he sees the next person. Then he sees the teacher. I thought some inbreeding was going. He's seen the teacher. Then he's running down the hill and the girl, they're setting off one of those things off in the sky or whatever.
Sees her again.
And it looked exactly like her. And he called her. He's like, Sister, what is it?
Rose.
Sister
Rose, BJ. I don't know what her name is. But yeah. Out and he's like, weren't you? It's like, no.
Yes, didn't I just see you, Sister Rose, and the teacher in school? No, you're wrong. So
Yeah,
how is
I'm
it
like,
the same
what
exact
the
face in
fuck?
person? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. They had these little things in there that made no sense to me. Now there's a 1973 version of this. It's called Wicker Man. I don't know if it's the same thing. They did the remake.
It's probably better.
It's probably better. Definitely. Just because Cage is not in it.
Well, that helps, but I feel
That's
like
an extra point.
the story might have been
automatically
better too, because I don't know.
Yeah, 73. I don't know if it's black and white or not. I just because when I was searching it, I seen one said I almost clicked on it. It said 1973. I was like, damn, okay, wrong movie. Oh, so let's see the original. So is it the same thing? So this is a remake?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it like the same exact story, or is it? It's probably told better than I'm guessing. But so my rating for this movie is a 0.
Wow. Okay, he goes negatives though.
I do negatives. I'm not gonna give it that. It was just bad. It was boring. That was the biggest thing about it. It was boring, and fucking Nick's hairpiece was getting on my nerves. I'm gonna tell you something, guys. Remember when he's in that bear suit and he takes the fucking head off?
He's running still with the shoes and shit.
Not even that. That fucking bear suit fur and his hairpiece looked exactly the same, like the same color and everything. Exactly the fucking same. It was good, Doomsday Kingdom.
It did. It matched like perfectly.
It did. I'm just like, so what did they just like make a big bear costume? Like, hey Nick, you need some? Hey, let me get some of that for my head. Yeah, just cut that shit out. Just put it right here.
Same thing with that scene right there when he was running to catch up to the girl. For one, how do you know it was her? But he was running. You see how he was running? You see how he was straight up? Like there was like no flow. Like some people, like you swing your arms, you have like a flow. He's just like straight up like this. It's just like it's like you. I'm like, what the fuck you doing, man? Relax your muscles a little bit.
I wish somebody tripped him. I would have fucking.
I was hoping he fell down the hill and rolled and shit, and landed in the bees again, and they fucked him up.
Check my group page. Okay.
Pretty all right. Doomsday Kingdom Army on Facebook. Go check that out, peeps.
So the Wicker Man thing at the end, isn't that the same statue they use for Burning Man? I could be wrong. I'm throwing it out there. No, that was a giant straw.
I think Burning Man it's similar as far as like a big guy they build somewhere in like a desert, but I don't think it looks like that.
Oh, okay.
I think it looks like a big stick figure.
Yeah, or like a voodoo doll type thing, one of those fucking hexes.
There you go. Something like that. That's what I'm thinking. I could be completely wrong, but that's just like what's on, like what hit me right now.
By the way, that's some effort building that motherfucker. That thing was huge, and it looked like a fucking Power Rangers Megazord. Yep. Yeah. I was like, damn. I was like, look at this motherfucker. So what about they went to like a Children of the Corn style? Like, what about there is like a deity that they're fucking sacrificing? And that Wicker Man, it gets possessed at the end or something, and it moves. They put some kind of supernatural shit in here.
Mm-hmm. That would have
it probably would have made it a little bit better for me.
Maybe, because it was another one of those movies where the story seemed like it was like all over the place and not really. They tried to make it like one of those mindfuck type of movies, but
it wasn't. Not this one. It was bad. Midsommar does it. Midsommar does it
because. Like I love those movies that are they're just like, oh shit, you really got to pay attention. It makes you really think, but they have to do it right. Like they can't make you think, and then you see the whole thing, and you're just like, okay, so what the fuck? Like this didn't make any sense. I'm doing all this thinking and trying to analyze it, and I got nothing, like absolutely nothing. And if I go back, I'd probably get even less. And oh man.
This whole movie is about R. Kelly kidnapped his daughter.
Oh man!
Original. What is that?
Went to an island.
I was looking to see if she had like yellow stains on her dress.
It was red though. I don't think mustard shows up on ketchup too well. Wow.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't think I was as bored as you guys were. Like
Really?
I actually watched it completely through without having to force myself, and I was in the middle of doing things, so I definitely wasn't as bored as you. Yes, I did see the holes, and I did kind of notate them mentally, but I wasn't bored. I still watched it with, like I said, I'm not mad I watched it because it wasn't completely horrible or anything like that. But at the same time, it gets the rating it gets. You know what I mean? Because it is what it is.
Would you guys give it again?
I'm giving it giving it a 2.
I think I gave it a 4 or 4.5. I think 4.5. No, you originally gave it a 5, didn't you, James?
No, I did the other movie a 5.
Oh, that was the other movie. My bad.
Yeah, no. This one's a 2.
Yeah, so I'm giving this one like a 4, 4.5.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I think I think I gave it a 3. Because something about I gave it a 2 because I said I was going to give it a 1.
But Blood Lake.
I gave Blood Lake a 1 at first.
I thought you dropped Blood Lake down to like a 0 or a
No, it is a 0 now, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's on the same level as that, so I'm not going to accidentally say a 1 for this.
Gotcha. Got it. I mean, that's our thoughts for these fucking movies, man. It's crazy to say that Tom Green, like if we had like a movie awards, Tom Green would actually get the movie award this week, his movie.
Oh yeah, I definitely would have chose that one.
I'm not mad. I'm actually kind of clapping inside for it because you know what? It's a win for him. You know?
Yeah, it's a win. Win. We got more on there. We got more. I didn't know he made that many movies.
Me either.
When I Googled movies, I thought there was going to be like 4 tops. This dude has a lot of movies. There's like The Butler. Mm-hmm. There's some shit I never heard of.
I think I added the Butler movie. I'm not 100% sure. I think I added the Butler movie. I actually added this Harvard movie. And
I put Freddy Got Fingered.
Huh?
I think I put Freddy Got Fingered, or was that Ibrahim?
That might have been Ibrahim, but that was on the OG wheel though.
Oh yeah, you're right. See, Tom Green's just everywhere.
Yep.
So is Nick Cage.
So I picked the Sound of Music for you, specifically for you, James, because I know how you hate musicals.
Oh, that's right. You did put that.
He has a pretty cool YouTube channel.
Is he doing shit like his MTV TV show, or is he like?
Yeah, is he?
I don't want him to go on there and he's like massaging a bull's testicles.
Yeah, exactly. I hope he's evolved a little bit at least. Jesus.
Yeah, I hope he calmed down some.
I'm sorry. Some one-trick ponies you need to beat.
Yeah.
Now the thing with Nick Cage, I don't know if he's doing the Vin Diesel thing. He got like a contract with Netflix or something. He's gonna be shooting out movies. There's like more movies he's coming out with, newer shit. I think horror and other types.
Who's this?
Nick Cage. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people. I don't know what it is about him. Maybe it's just his demeanor, his eyes, or just maybe people just feel like, you know what, he seems kind of like a real person, like somebody I can relate to. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I
honestly don't know.
Like I said, the only movie
there's a lot of social
I really like
people out there.
It's Con Air. I thought he did a good job in that one.
Never seen it.
I'm with you on that.
So I know I mention it all the time because all the Nick Cages. Here's the thing: I'm a huge fan of the character Ghost Rider. Okay. I did not like it with him in it.
I refused to watch it because he was in it.
Don't get me wrong; there are some cool parts just because of the effects. Like part 2, I thought it was cool when he turned, like I think it was part 2, where he turned that fucking giant wrecking ball thing into a flaming fucking machine. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, I'm saying there's cool parts in it, but I did not like I'm like, no, you ruined Ghost Rider. You shouldn't. No, not him.
There were some moments in this where I was like, all right, his acting's not that bad. Even after like that first fucking scene with him chuffed out pet cop, and then you kind of resolve into the movie of his acting, and you're like, all right, he's actually selling some of his emotion and stuff like that, and then it just goes back to the same shit again with everything else, where you just completely forget the fact that, hey, he actually just sold something. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, back to Nick Cage again, not the character in the movie.
Now here's the thing. That's another stereotype right there. If you notice, every motorcycle riding cop has that attitude in the movie. They get that. They got the glasses. They pull over. They get off their motorcycle all like they're badass, and it's all stiff. They walk their car and they roll the window down. They got that same voice, like license and registration. You know, that type of cop.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a stiff, like a robot version. Now it's like every time they put a motorcycle cop in a movie. That's the same character every time.
Same dialogue from like the 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
People need to take a lesson from my brother, Mr. Estrada from Chips. He was always smiling, always fucking nice, and always trying to help somebody.
Yeah, getting little jokes here and there.
Punch, my favorite.
Well, what else? Oh, yeah, like you were saying. So he had that like tough cop. I don't talk to nobody. Looking at postcards or wherever the fuck he was in the store when they said your shit's ready. But then when he gets to this island, he's like fucking like doofy. Like, I don't know. He wasn't acting like he was like that badass silent type fucking cop where he started off in the beginning. It's like his whole character changed.
There's nothing badass about Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, he seriously ran up in there like he was like, I'm the new sheriff in town. Killed the beat. Everybody's mad. Well, I should probably let you all know. I'm going to be talking to all of you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he was like, he's badass, but he wasn't. Then they're talking back. He didn't do nothing. I would have shot at least 5 people in the first 45 minutes. I would have said, my brain would have started sparking because I'm into horror stuff. I'm like, yo, this is a bad scene right here. Something's going down. It's like a cult. And I would have said, bang, 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 turn around. I'm like, get me off this fucking island.
What you'd have to do in that situation, though, James, is take out the head chick, the head mistress, whatever you call her. The one
that's it. Yeah, basically.
You take her out.
I don't want to get tied up and get milked for fucking impregnating if I'm not enjoying it.
I mean, I probably enjoy it. Not as much.
Can I ask one more question that just popped in my head that I was kind of confused about?
Sure, go ahead. I like these.
What the fuck was the point of the cute blonde doing the whole when she's breaking the wood and shit? If you leave, can you take me with you?
Yeah,
like the same line from the end that she uses to catch people. What? Why are you?
Yeah, that made no sense. I thought she was in the cult and she wanted to be free,
be out of it.
And I thought the wife did too. So ultimately, they played us all. But
they played it. But she was that they didn't have to do that though. There was no point for her saying that.
Nope.
No.
She could have left it to the emotion on her face or something. Left it to a non-dialogue where you connect and you see him catch it and he's like, I got to figure out what's going on here. So
yeah.
You didn't need that type of personal touch that you tried to get.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that just looked like it was creepy on the other side for once.
Yeah. And that's the only time you see it because you would think she would have said it again when he ran into her the second time. But no, she's like, did he end up fucking like kick her through a wall against the wall or something?
He kicked the shit out of her.
He did the fucking Sparta kick.
That was my favorite part, honestly.
That was fucking funny.
The overhead shot of him just straight catching people in the chest.
Yeah.
Kicked her in the chest, and then all the pictures fell off the fucking wall.
See, that's different. See, I would have just shot him. I said, you guys are creeping me out. Bang, bang. Those two. I would have took out that whole fucking village, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, if you had enough, but you'd need more bullets, though.
Now, if you ever escaped something like that, say it's realistic like that fucking cult crazy shit, and you got out, are you just going to go hide, disappear? Are you going to report and say, yo, you need to get the army there to take them out because they're fucking whack?
I don't know.
Like they're up to no good and like they're going to hurt many people, kidnap them on the island. They need to get fucking like bombed.
Oh, yeah, then I'd have to tell it, but yeah, you guys got to go. Listen, Cheese Island over there, the Caucasian Island, Caucasity over there. Some crazy Caucasian.
No, that's it's going to be an island in the waters around it. It's called the Caucasity Seas.
Caucastic Seas.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What James said, that you don't want to go there. You'd have to.
Of course, the beach sand has to be white. We got to make sure of that.
Mm-hmm.
The beach sand. The fucking beach sand has to be white. Oh, the Caucasity.
I'm trying to think of like what would have made better sense because like if I'm in his position, right, that you go into this island, the guy's already being sketchy at the plane, like people are telling you, hey, watch the shit, blah 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 blah. Wouldn't you have at that point been like, hey, partner, dude, guy at the thing, I just want you to know I'm heading in here. I'm still on my sabbatical, but just in case something happens, I may need you.
Exactly.
Like so somebody knows where you are, so somebody knows you got your back.
if you don't hear from me in 2 days, come and get me or something.
Come to this. Send whoever you can to this island.
Blows
now, another part that confused me too. They made it like where they listed like, the fertility part where you see the girls coming down. I was like, okay, so at the end, I'm like, oh, he's just a sacrifice. I thought he was going to end up doing like that's where they get these girls pregnant with. This new person comes, so it's not inbred.
No.
I thought it was going to be like that. No, that part had nothing to do with it. I thought he was going to walk in a building with a whole bunch of fucking girls getting pregnant or something. And he's like, what the fuck? No, there was nothing. They didn't show that building.
Yeah. Well, I mean, PG-13, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. But they didn't have to have that.
Nah.
They could just said the harvest. Like, what is it? Shortage on honey?
Yeah.
So we didn't have that much honey this year. So we need to sacrifice somebody to the Wicker Man. I guess he's the god of honey. I don't know.
Well, no, they did mention how supposedly the little girl was bad luck or something. That's why they had a bad harvest the previous year.
And they blamed him for it too because he's the father.
Yep.
Oh, but if they sacrifice him, then it pleases the gods, and they don't get punished
based on her choice to leave, find somebody, then have a child, and then come back. So now that's why the crop was fucked up. So now we got to fix this.
But then they're doing it again at the end. Because that blonde is like, I'm going to your party. She's going to get pregnant, and it's going to start the cycle all over again.
That one too, because she left with the dude beforehand.
Yeah,
I was like, "Can I come to your house?" And the dude was like, "Yeah."
So you got to be careful, though, man. You need to retire that fucking thing.
So you hear that, guys? Single guys out there, be very careful because those cheese-loving women are making you fall in love, knocking them up.
Yeah.
Then you end up on an island as a slave. You don't want to.
Wait a minute.
Or dead.
I do have cheese in my fridge.
Uh-oh.
Thanks, Aaron. You opened my eyes. I got to get divorced. I should escape now.
You do have a Caucasian wife, James. You be careful. You guys keep taking the trips to the and shit. One day, where's James? Oh, he's in a cult now. What the fuck?
That's how she got me with cheese, like the game Mousetrap. She's like, come here, gotcha.
She's like, I don't have to wine and dine you 2 eyes. He's like, no, you know, I got cheese. You got me.
Oh, boy. All right.
Yeah.
Shit, man. But what are your final thoughts on this film? I'm still sticking with my 0.
I'm sticking with 2. Yeah.
I'm staying right where I was. I knew I've seen it before, and I definitely thought it was a better movie than this in the past when I did see it from recollection. But
I did see it before, but I forgot about it, so I couldn't judge it. I was like, I know I've seen it, I just have to see it again.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I
don't know. It's just too bland. It was like too boring. It's like
almost like an American version of a British movie.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't like boring. I was watching it. I was still watching it. I didn't like keep my eyes off or anything. I actually went through it. It's just I'm like, this is dragging. I'm like, oh, the storyline's boring. I'm like, that whole scene wasted my time. I thought something cool was going to happen. Like he was going to front kick one of the kids in the desk for like they're all lying or something. I thought he was going to start like throwing kids out of the fucking windows. Nothing. It was just like a little argument, and he was like, did his normal threat thing, and he leaves the building again. You're all liars and shit. That's like his biggest thing. I'm like, okay, that's kind of boring. I was like, you guys can't do nothing. Like the teacher lied. You see the name on there. I would have slammed her on the desk, like her head at the desk, and said, "You're under arrest. Tell me where the fucking girl is." I would have blamed her. You're a suspect. You know what I'm saying? Because you knew where is she? Why is she not crossed out of your book? Nothing. It was just the story is boring. Even the end was kind of boring. They didn't show nothing. Like after they caught him, like he was screaming like they are torturing him, like it was like the movie Misery.
I didn't understand the audio there in the edit that they did because you see them get on him. The screen like blacks out and they see him carrying him, and you hear like the bones crack or something, or them hit him or something. He's like, "Oh, my legs!"
Yeah.
And then it cuts to them opening the thing up while they're like, "What the fuck was that?
Yeah,
who let that pass the cutting room floor?"
Yeah, even when he was burning, it was so corny. Like his acting, he can't get that right of burning alive. He can't get that down. He has his hand out like, just the same thing. I was like that don't sound like someone burning. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. I enjoyed the scream. The burning
Just
scream.
because
I
it
did.
sounded like,
Honestly,
yeah.
I think I touched this earlier. I honestly, I said this and it was kind of funny, but still, I thought the clouds parted, a ray of sunshine flew down right over Sturdy at that exact moment as flame started and he started screaming. Sturdy was like, I am saved.
Thank you.
Finally.
Oh man, I said that with the bees. I was like, oh, he's allergic. Yo, they fucked him up. I was like, he's dead. I was like, how are you gonna survive that? Especially they did that dramatic. He got the pen out, and he's almost there to stab himself to save himself, and his hand drops and it just rolls out of his hand.
Yeah, he spent too much time looking around to see if anybody was coming, then just
Yeah.
hit himself.
Yeah, he takes it out for one. Why you raise over your head? You don't have to throw it down like a fucking sledgehammer into you. It can easily slide into your leg or whatever you stab yourself.
How about how hard he kept trying to sell how fucked up he was from the situation after he woke up? When he first gets up out of bed, he's standing there for like 2 seconds, and then all of a sudden, oh,
yeah,
up, right,
yeah.
and then the whole time,
yeah. But then 2 minutes later, he can go out the building and run down a hill.
Yep.
I'm a cop.
Yeah.
You mean you're gonna murder people? I'll tell you something.
Then his gun. They didn't take his gun.
Are you trying to like use?
They did because they got the bullets.
No, the wife got the bullets afterwards because he when he got his gun back, he checked to see the bullets were in there. Then he closed it.
And she opened her hand and threw them down.
Mm-hmm. Then he was getting his ass kicked at the end of the movie. They didn't show that enough.
He did. If you were paying attention to the fight when they all started jumping him, he did. He started doing his front kick again. You see him do like a couple karate moves. He kicks a couple people. I'm like, the fuck?
Get out of here.
Then that's when they take him down. And yeah, I wish they showed them breaking his legs or something.
Kicking his ass.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Oh, well, we get PG-13. You're not allowed to have a fake leg break, like to see the leg go in.
I just realized something. Another thing that none of us realized. They hoist him up by his fucking ankles. His legs are broken. They get him up into the chamber. All of a sudden, he's sitting there and standing up, reaching for his water. His legs were fine.
Yeah. See what I mean? The fuck?
You're welcome, Sturdy.
Fucking Nick Cage.
That being said, people, fuck this movie. I'm going to pull up our plugs now. Live shows Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Horror with Sir Sturdy. Live shows every Saturday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Popcorn and Pints. Also, go check out Stories from a Bar and Deep Focus Cinema. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that shit, anywhere you can listen to podcasts. Follow all these shows. So yeah. Also, follow Worst Damn Gamer Ever on his social medias and all that great stuff.
I'm really good at being bad, but I make it fun.
Same here.
You kill your own people? Like, my bad.
Put it like this: the quality of the content's better than the gaming.
He throws a grenade, hits the wall next to him.
It's a great thing. I got other people to play with because I get to, look good by them.
Mm-hmm. And that's we're all having a bad night.
Then I'm the best.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
What's going on?
I got the most kills.
But yeah, so this is a fun one. Hopefully we'll have Chris back, and hopefully Ibrahim will be back soon as well. But this is a fun one. I guess the positive out of this is that Chris had to watch both these movies for no reason.
Yeah, it's true. He suffered for no reason.
Yep. I mean, he had to take care of some stuff.
Even though part of me feels like I said, I think the Stealing Harvard, he at least gave it a 6.
We got to ask him next week. Like when we record next weekend, we'll ask him.
Okay.
And we'll have him give us a review in the beginning, just to kind of because it's important. But I want to say, as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for popping by. Have a great night, people. Peace. 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 Nicolas Cage, these are for you.
And Tom Green.